This isn't a scene from a blockbuster movie. There are no staged stunts or scripted destruction, only the stark reality of abandoned buildings, crime-ridden streets, and towns that seem to be stuck in time. These are America's forgotten places, once thriving small towns, now facing the harsh realities of poverty, joblessness, and escalating crime. Today, we take a closer look at 10 of the most struggling small towns in the United States. Not every small town in America is thriving. Many have been left behind, burdened by economic decline, crumbling infrastructure, and deep-rooted social challenges. With shrinking populations, limited public services, and crime rates that far surpass the national average, these towns face significant hurdles. The data paints a concerning picture, highlighting high unemployment and poverty, compounded by deteriorating infrastructure and a continual outflow of residents seeking better opportunities. When the industries that once supported these communities shut down and outside investment fades, these towns become trapped in a cycle of decline, landing them on this list of America's most struggling small towns. Let's start with Bunkie. This city, located in Louisiana, once a bustling agricultural and railway hub, now faces a series of challenges, including rising crime, economic instability, and a shrinking population. With 3,346 residents and a population density of 1,107.21 per square mile, it remains one of the more densely populated towns in Louisiana. In 2016, Bunkie had a crime index of 171, making it more dangerous than 68.7% of U.S. cities. Although crime rates have improved in recent years, the town still struggles with economic instability and social issues. With limited job opportunities and deteriorating infrastructure, many residents have decided to leave in search of better prospects elsewhere. Denmark, South Carolina, home to 3,186 people and a population density of 815.67 per square mile, may seem like a typical small town, but it has been grappling with a severe water crisis for years. Much like Flint, Michigan, the town has suffered from dangerous water contamination, exacerbated by slow government action. For years, residents have reported foul-smelling, discolored water, yet meaningful action came far too late. The water crisis has led to significant health concerns, a deepening mistrust of local government, and a sharp population decline as people flee in search of cleaner and safer living conditions. Beyond the water crisis, Denmark's economy remains stagnant. With numerous businesses closing and job opportunities dwindling, the town's population continues to shrink. Denmark has become a stark reminder of the dangers posed by environmental neglect and governmental inaction. Ludlow, Colorado, is a true ghost town, more notable for its tragic past than its economic hardships. Originally a coal mining settlement, Ludlow is most infamous for the 1914 Ludlow Massacre, one of the deadliest labor disputes in U.S. history. On April 20th, 1914, state militia forces launched a brutal assault on a tent colony of coal miners on strike, killing 18 people, including women and children. The massacre became a powerful symbol of corporate tyranny and the struggle for workers' rights during the industrial era. Today, little remains of Ludlow except its historical legacy. The Ludlow Monument stands as a solemn memorial to the victims, and visitors can tour the ruins of the tent colony, read historical accounts, and learn about the preservation efforts led by the United Mine Workers of America. Once a popular vacation destination, Bombay Beach, California, was a vibrant resort town along the Salton Sea. Today, it is sparsely populated, with only 231 residents and a population density of 347.89 people per square mile. The town's downfall was caused by severe environmental contamination. The Salton Sea, once a major tourist attraction, became toxic due to agricultural runoff, leading to extremely high salinity levels. This caused widespread fish die-offs, filling the air with a pungent odor and rendering the water uninhabitable for wildlife. As environmental conditions deteriorated, residents fled in large numbers, abandoning their homes and businesses. What remains today is a desolate landscape with crumbling infrastructure and harsh living conditions, serving as a grim reminder of environmental mismanagement and decay. Once a bustling river trade center, Cairo, Illinois, now stands as one of the most desolate small cities in the U.S., with just 1,733 residents and a population density of 248,003 per square mile. The town is almost deserted. Frequent flooding has wreaked havoc on Cairo's infrastructure. Located at the meeting point of the Mississippi and Ohio rivers, the city is particularly susceptible to flooding. The Great Flood of 1937 caused significant damage, and the 2011 flood submerged much of the town under 15 feet of water, further accelerating its decline. In addition to natural disasters, economic decline, entrenched racial tensions, and limited government aid have left Cairo in a state of ruin. Many buildings now sit abandoned, contributing to the eerie atmosphere that surrounds the town. Pine Bluff, Arkansas, once a thriving industrial hub, has experienced a dramatic economic downturn, resulting in widespread business closures, rising unemployment, and a deteriorating downtown area. What was once a bustling city is now a symbol of economic struggle, with a population of 41,253 and a density of 933.71 people per square mile. Pine Bluff is the 10th largest city in Arkansas. However, its crime rate is a significant issue. In 2022, the city recorded a crime index of 736, 3 times the national average, making it more dangerous than 99% of U.S. cities. Despite a slight decline in homicides, violent crime remains a critical problem. Aging infrastructure and a lack of investment have made recovery even harder. Without substantial efforts to revitalize the economy, Pine Bluff continues to face ongoing struggles, earning its place as one of America's most troubled small cities. Once an industrial center, East St. Louis, Illinois, has experienced a significant economic decline and a shrinking population. The city's population dropped from 18,469 in 2020 to 17,642 in 2023, with a density of 1,326.89 people per square mile. Poverty is one of East St. Louis's most pressing challenges, with 31.6% of residents living below the poverty line, more than double the state average. The city is marked by abandoned buildings, crumbling infrastructure, and underfunded schools, making life increasingly difficult for its residents. While there have been some efforts at revitalization, East St. Louis continues to battle deep-seated economic problems. Limited job opportunities and dwindling public services have made it one of the most challenging places to live in America today. Flint, Michigan, is perhaps most infamous for its water crisis, which exposed thousands of residents to lead contamination. Once a key city in the automotive industry, Flint's economy suffered a major blow as manufacturing jobs disappeared. In 2020, Flint had a population of 81,252 and a density of 2,429.78 people per square mile, ranking 12th in Michigan and 438th in the nation. The city has been plagued by years of economic decline, high crime rates, and vacant neighborhoods. The Flint water crisis began in 2014 when officials switched the city's water source to the Flint River without proper treatment, resulting in widespread lead contamination. The disaster led to severe health issues, national outrage, and numerous lawsuits. Despite efforts to recover, Flint continues to face major public health and economic challenges. Located along the Delaware River, Camden, New Jersey, was once an industrial powerhouse. However, economic collapse has left the city in turmoil. With a population of 71,377 and a density of 8,669.9 people per square mile, Camden ranks among the most densely populated cities in the state. Camden has long been notorious for its crime rates. In 2022, the city's crime rate reached 610, 2.5 times the national average, placing it in the most dangerous 1.8% of U.S. cities. That year, there were 28 homicides, an increase of 11 from the previous year. The city's decline was triggered by industrial closures, job losses, and a mass migration to the suburbs. Though recent redevelopment projects, such as waterfront revitalization and new institutions, have sparked some hope, the city still grapples with significant economic and social challenges, keeping it among the most troubled cities in the U.S. Gary, Indiana, once known as the Magic City due to its thriving steel industry, was a shining example of industrial success. At its peak, the city boasted a population of 178,000, but the collapse of the steel industry in the 1970s led to an economic downfall. Today, with just 69,000 residents and a population density of 1,385.55 people per square mile, Gary ranks 566th in the nation. Crime remains a major concern, with a crime index of 6, making it safer than only 6% of U.S. cities. Both violent and property crimes are prevalent, cementing its status as one of the most dangerous small cities in the U.S. Gary is further burdened by vacant buildings and neglected streets, reflecting years of disinvestment. Persistent poverty and high unemployment continue to drive residents away, leaving the city in a state of decline, far from the industrial powerhouse it once was. The challenges faced by these towns follow a familiar trajectory: economic decline, environmental deterioration, and escalating crime rates, often exacerbated by sluggish or ineffective government responses. While some cities flourish, others fall behind, struggling to keep pace with progress. However, hope persists through revitalization initiatives and inclusive policies designed to breathe new life into these overlooked communities, ensuring they are not left behind in the march toward economic and social recovery.